Yamuna Tira Jaya Yamuna Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Shri Prabhupada Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Tadamaya Dadati Sapada Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshakari Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Neelachala Nivasaya Nityaya Paramahane Balabhadra Subhadrabhyam Jagannathaya Te Mukam Karoti Vashalam Mandaya Te Yat Kripa Tamaham Bandhu Shri Guru. Hare Krishna. So I am very happy to be with all of you, and it's my privilege to get an opportunity to serve all the wonderful devotees from Kanaiya Desh Yatra. I was very inspired by the attempt of the summer camp of involving so many young generation children to learn values, to learn from Mahabharata, to learn from Ramayana, and that is going to be the future. Prabhupada said, the children are the future of our society, or for the society of the whole world. So I'm very happy that the endeavors that we are putting in to cultivate at the right time, and all of you are also engaged in regularly taking up your valuable time to discuss about Krishna Katha. So I request everyone to offer your blessings so that I can do some seva for all of you. So recently we witnessed a very auspicious day, the Jagannath Rath Yatra festival, and it's a very special festival because it is said in Kali Yuga we have Maya Devi as usual to bewilder the conditioned souls, but in Kali Yuga we also have Kali Raj, who was given place in four places and the gold that's accumulated. So in Kali Yuga, we have combat of these two very difficult forces to illusion us, Maya and Kali. That is why the Supreme Lord, out of compassion, also manifests in his various incarnations to help. So in Kali Yuga, we have Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, the holy name, and we have Jagannath's mercy also coming along. Contract the most difficult times of Kali and Maya, we have Mahaprabhu and Jagannath, special merciful way appearing. And Srila Prabhupada, actually, you can say, took these two lords to the Western world to actually make his preaching successful. Srila Prabhupada was sitting under Tompkins Square Park, and then he was chanting the holy name and attracting people. And then soon after, when he went to San Francisco, he brought in Jagannath's mercy, Mahaprasad, and this glorious festivity. We all know the episode that one day Malati Mataji, she had gone to a foreign shop where we had a lot of artifacts from India. So she kind of just picked up a small Indian doll and brought it to Srila Prabhupada. and she put it on the table. And the moment Prabhupada saw that small doll, immediately he did Sastanga Pranam. That was Jagannath's small deity. And Malati Mataji was very surprised that Prabhupada is paying obeisances. And then Prabhupada inquired, so did we have something else also along with this deity, two other deities? And she said, yes. Prabhupada asked, can you get it? She said, surely. So she went to the shop and again picked them up, brought it. So that was the advent of Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadramani to the Western world. And Prabhupada was very happy and encouraged that they have arrived to the Western world to actually help spread the Krishna consciousness movement. And then it's only history that we can discuss of how Lord Jagannath has been on the most prestigious roadways and places all over the world, attracting attention and giving blessings to people all over. So the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the mercy of Jagannath is actually the foundation for the Hare Krishna movement in every place. So today, the little time we have, about 35 to 40 minutes, we would like to discuss some glories of Lord Jagannath's appearance and qualities. So about the Lord, the appearance of Lord, it is always the Shastras which contain these glorious activities and appearance of Lord. Many a times we have a lot of people who claim themselves who can do some mystic kind of activities, that they are gods. We have a lot of people following. But whenever the Supreme Lord has to appear, he always appears as per the Shastra. The Shastra describe about his appearance, about his activity, his attributes. So about Lord Jagannath, we have a lot of discussion in the Skanda Puran, the Brahmanda Puran, the Brahma Puran, and various other places. Right? So the advent of Lord Jagannath has been vividly discussed in Skanda Puran, which is a very elaborate Purana about the appearance. So it is said, Brahmaji, who is actually making this whole creation with the engineer Prabhupada also, he has been, creating this universe, the 40 planetary system and populating. But in the night of Brahma, as you all know, there is Pralaya. A day of Brahma is called the Kalpa, the 30 Kalpas a month. So there's Pralaya, and when he gets up in the morning, he has to again make these 14 planetary systems, the remaining one, except in the Brahma Loka, and populate all the living entities. So Brahmaji at one point of time started thinking that, why am I creating this material world again? Why am I making this creation again? Because the creation, the material world, only puts the living entities into Prakritasthani Karshati, a situation of constant struggle and frustration. So what is the advantage of making this world, re-engineering it, and having all the conditioned souls suffer and become more and more entangled in its complexity? Why should I be doing this activity? So he became little puzzled and sad that why should I make this creation? So he actually started doing tapasya to the Lord to help, to seek for some remedy and advice. So he did tapasya to Lord Vishnu. He started praying to him. And after his intense tapasya, Lord Vishnu arrived and he spoke to Lord Vishnu that, my dear Lord, my creation is only bringing suffering to people in general. There needs to be some auspiciousness that should arrive in their lives. The Lord, understanding, with compassionate, he said, surely, Brahmaji, I will fulfill your desire. He requested that I will be soon appearing in Nilachal, the blue mountain next to the salt ocean. At this particular auspicious place, I will appear So you, Brahmaji, you go there and do tapasya for my arrival. And by witnessing my merciful, compassionate form, all the conditioned souls will become liberated and perfected in their lives. So in that way, auspiciousness will come. So Brahmaji was very happy and he came to Brahmagiri. This is 20 kilometers from Jagannath Puri. I believe it is Alarna also. And Brahmaji started doing intense tapasya for invoking the presence of the mercy. Right, so he started doing tapasya. But as this news spread out in the whole cosmos about Brahmaji doing tapasya to invoke the arrival of the Lord, Nilachal, everybody was very happy because auspiciousness would come to the whole world. But one personality was feeling a little anxiety. He was not so happy with this proposition. And that is Yamaraj. Yamaraj felt if everybody will come to witness this auspicious nature and form of the Lord, everybody will become liberated and I will not have any job to do. Because my service is to punish those who perform sinful activities. So what will be my seva for the Lord? One time Srila Prabhupada was approached by a gentleman and said, Swamiji, if you preach Krishna consciousness, then everybody becomes devotee. Then this material world will become empty. We will not have any people in this world. So Prabhupada said, there will be enough foolish people like you who will not make that choice. So though the opportunity is given, only few fortunate ones kind of take advantage of this opportunity. So Yamaraj was feeling anxious and he went to Nilachal. So on the Nilachal, the blue mountain, Jagannath had not yet arrived, but there was Lakshmi Narayan who were residing there, who were giving their darshan to all the people. So Yamaraj came and paid obeisances, praying to Lakshmi Narayan. He said, my dear Lord, please be merciful upon me. Do not take away my service opportunity. And he explained the situation. So the Lord understood that one devotee wants this, and the other devotee wants this. And because they are Bhakta Vatsal Bhagwan, they have to satisfy both. Situations always happen like that, where there are differences between the devotees. So then the Lord understands with Mother Lakshmi, he says, we have to resolve the issue. So he says, call Brahma. So Brahma is called from Brahmagiri, and Yamaraj is there, and the discussion is made as to what to do. So he says, yes, surely, Yamaraj's purpose also should be satisfied, and Brahma's prayers should also be satisfied. So Lakshmi ji starts speaking that, as Lakshmi Narayan starts speaking, that, oh Yamaraj, this is a very special place. This is Nilachal. This is Shankar Kshetra, Jagannath's place. So this place is not in the jurisdiction of yours. She says 5 crores, 5 crores is about 10 miles kind of radius of this place. He says, this is our place. So anybody who is residing here in this place, he says, they are not under your charge, O Yamaraj. Beyond that, people, you can kind of take charge of them. But within this precincts of our arrival, these are people who are very, very special inhabitants. Devatas, look at these inhabitants of being 400 form. He says, these people may apparently do mistakes, do sin and various activities, but their balance sheet or account sheet will personally be seen by Lord Jagannath himself. It is not going to be under your jurisdiction, Raj. He explains. So we understand from this excerpt of Mother Lakshmi that wherever Jagannath is established and people are engaged in serving Jagannath, assisting Jagannath, and expanding Jagannath's mercy throughout, all this place which is Jagannath's Seva Kshetra, or Leela Kshetra, they are not under the custody of Yamaraj. They are under the custody of Jagannath himself. Srila Prabhupada mercifully has made Jagannath travel from Neelachal to literally every place in the world and has expanded this Shankha Kshetra or Jagannath's mercy everywhere. So devotees should be very confident that if they are serving Jagannath, sheltering Jagannath, and his glance is falling on people in general, they are no more under the Ferris wheel of birth, old age, disease, and death, controlled by Yamaraj. They are directly under the jurisdiction of Jagannath himself. In that way. So then Lakshmiji said that, so this Kshetra, Yamaraj, you don't have any jurisdiction. If you enter Jagannath Puri, there is after Patit Pavan Jagannath, there is a small black kind of a rod. I don't know if you've observed while climbing the staircase. That is called actually, that is the Yamadanda of Yamaraj. That means he doesn't have jurisdiction beyond this place. And on the request of Yamaraj, Mother Lakshmi also says that we are here on Neelachal Parvat, where there is sand which is made up of gold, golden sand around. But she says that we will become unmanifest for some time now, as per the request. But though we are, Sarva Shaktiman, our devotees, the devotees are more powerful to invoke our presence than our desires. So when my devotees, King Indradumna, he will come and he will feel separation from the lords and he will call for us to manifest. We will not be able to control ourselves and we will manifest. The Lord says, we will appear as Chaturda. Chaturda means in the four forms: Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra Mai, and Sudarshan. We will be available and we will give our Kripa Kataksha, our mercy to all the people in this way. And you all know, you must have heard, it's a huge pastime. We will not have time to discuss. Maharaj's great devotion that brings Lord Jagannath for all of us in this world. So after Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, and Sudarshan are inaugurated in this particular place in Jagannath Puri, Indradumna Maharaj was very happy. The inauguration was done by, the Abhishek was done by Brahmaji himself, because that was a desire for the Lord to manifest. So Indradumna Maharaj is having the audience of Jagannath, Baldev, and Subhadra. And Jagannath ji says, my dear Indradumna, you have been so kind to take so much effort to manifest this here and show compassion to this world. You have done so much. So I would like to reciprocate with you. Do you have any desires? And immediately taking the opportunity, you must have heard, Indradumna Maharaj says, my dear Lord, I want 3 boons from you. Give me 3 boons. He says. Jagannath says, okay, go ahead. He said, the first boon is, I should not have any descendants and any progeny. Jagannath was confused. He said, is that a boon that you're asking? Everybody desires to have a son. You ask him to have no progeny. He says, my dear Lord, yes, I have constructed this place and you are manifest here. I don't want my descendants to come and claim on and create some disturbance about this place. You should be available for everyone. So I don't want any controversy by my descendants. So let there be no progeny. Says the pastor. What is the second boon that you have? He says, my second boon is that your hands should always be wet. Jagannath was a little puzzled. What do you mean? When do our hands become wet? They become wet after you take prashadam. So he says, my dear Lord, you should be ready to honor prasadam all the day. Whenever the devotees offer you and give your mercy, Jagannath was very happy with this boon. He said Prashadam all the time. And my third boon is that you should always give darshan to the devotees. So it is said Jagannath, literally, it's only for 2 hours that the altar in Jagannath Puri closes. But that is also not for rest. 22 hours Jagannath is available to give darshan. And in the night, the Pandavas actually decorate Jagannath in a very, very lavish and gorgeous way. It is called Bada Shringar Vesh. If you've been in Puri and if you spend your night, you'll get to see that darshan. So this particular darshan is like these turbans, diamonds, rubies, and all gorgeous dressing of Jagannath. Now nobody goes to bed with his suit and with his gorgeous dress. They go in their informals. So Jagannath is being so gorgeously dressed, which means he is giving audience to some. And it is said all the demigods, devatas, they actually come to take darshan. Demigods and people from other places, Suparatala, all these auspicious, all these places, they come to take darshan and offer service to them. So he gives darshan to people in this Martyaloka for 22 hours and 2-3 hours to the demigods. In this way, Indudumna Maharaj made a request that we should be able to give darshan to everyone and give them mercy to Prashant. Jagannath, hearing, became very moved by the devotion. Indudumna Maharaj did all this service to manifest Jagannath, but did not have even an iota of a desire to ask something for himself. He just asked for service. And that is the mood of a devotee by which the Lord gets completely purchased. The Lord became very emotional and he wanted to do something for him. The wife of Indradumna Maharaj, Mother Gundicha, she became a little sad. So Jagannath understood Indradumna is not going to ask for something, but Mother Gundicha seems to be a little sad. He said, "What happened, Mother? Can I do something for you?" And she says, "My dear Lord, we are not going to have any portion. So who is going to perform our final rites? Who is going to do our shraddha? Because if you don't have a son, so how will we get this being done?" And she was anxious. And instantaneously, Jagannath ji said that, "My dear mother, from today on, I will be your child. I will be the child of yours. And I'll personally do the final rites to both of you." The Lord was so overpowered by the devotion of Indradumna and Mother Gundicha that he was ready to become their son and serve them in a very meaningful way. So it is said even now, the period of Mahalaya, that comes during the Diwali time, Jagannath ji personally does shraddha for Indradumna Maharaj and Mother Gundicha. It's a ritual that's performed by the Pandavas that Jagannath is offering the shraddha, the devotees. So that is the nature of reciprocation between the Lord and his devotees. The devotees are completely surrendered and dedicated to offering sacrifice to make the Lord happy, to make the Lord famous, and to assist in his service. And the Lord is fully committed. Like Brahmaji's prayers, Indradumna's prayers, it is said, "Yadyapi Prabhu tumi prema parama swatantra, athapi Prabhu tumi prema paratantra." He says, "My dear Lord, you are Swarat, parama swatantra. You have full freedom to decide what to do. Yadyapi Prabhu tumi parama swatantra, athapi Prabhu tumi prema paratantra." But you are completely subjugated and captured in the hearts of devotees by their devotion. Right? So that is the nature of the loving Lord, who gets captured by the devotion of the devotee. Is literally always making plans and endeavors of how he can serve this devotee. Right? Just a small episode of the Mangal Thakur. When he comes to Vrindavan, he was blinded and he did not know how to maintain himself. He just came to Braj to actually serve the Lord wholeheartedly. He felt that I'm already sufficiently entangled. I want to completely dedicate my life to serve the Lord. You can imagine the devotee, he's ready to take that pain. He went to Braj, no means of maintenance. Who is going to give him food? Where is he going to find? He's a blind person. He's just depending on the Lord. And he comes, he's a Bhava Bhakta, he comes to Vrindavan and immediately he meets a person called Bihari Lal, a small Gopa boy. Bihari Lal says, oh, Bilamangal Thakur, you don't have to worry. I'm the maintainer of this place and I will fetch you whatever is needed and take you around Braj to reveal you all the places. So Bilamangal Thakur was very happy that I've got an associate called Bihari Lal, my friend. Every day he would come, bring nice milk, nice items for eating for Bilamangal Thakur, take him around. And Bilamangal Thakur would be so much in his devotional ecstasy of Lord Krishna, he would start chanting the Govinda Namo Dharma Dharma. Krishna He Yadava He Sakhe Govinda Namo Dharma. So he will describe various pastimes of the Lord in a beautiful singing, Bilamangal Thakur. And Bihari Lal would be listening to the beautiful songs of Bilamangal Thakur and taking care of him. And one day, when Bilamangal Thakur was in this way nicely singing, Bihari Lal removed his flute from his waist and started playing the flute. And when he played the flute, Bilamangal Thakur was completely mesmerized by this playing of a flute and transported into another world. And soon it struck to him that this Bihari Lal is none other than Krishna himself, who has been serving me, taking care of me, taking me around all the time. And he kind of got revealed in his heart. And he says, Bihari Lal, where are you? And Bihari Lal started laughing and running away because Bihari Lal understood that Bilamangal Thakur has been revealed of the Lord's presence. And then he starts laughing and smiling and running, Bihari Lal. And Bilamangal Thakur says, Bihari Lal, please come, please come. Why are you going away from me? He says, no, I'm going. And he starts running away. And Bilamangal Thakur, as a blind man, trips and falls and loudly proclaims, he says, where will you run away, O thief? Where will you run away? I have tied you in my dark heart, the Hridaya Kandare, and I have tied you with the chains of devotion. Where will you run away, O thief? He has written the Chora Rastaka, Bilamangal Thakur. So similarly, the Lord gets purchased by the devotion of his devotees and is reciprocated. So Lord Jagannath, on the request of Brahmaji, Indudurna Maharaj, manifests in this world to actually show his compassion. It is said the quality that I'd like to speak for another 10-15 minutes that we have is Karuna. Right now we are having an epidemic of Corona, COVID-19, and that's becoming a pandemic which is infecting all over the world and creating a panic situation. So Jagannath, he has arrived to infect the whole world with his Karuna. With his Karuna, with his compassion, he wants everyone to be surcharged with his mercy and auspiciousness come into his life. And that is why Lord Jagannath's advent is of very great significance. Because Jagannath is arriving in Kali Yuga, because he knows in Kali Yuga people are in a very, very fallen state. A father He may have his children, but the child who is not doing so good, who is kind of struggling, the father feels more compassionate for the struggling child out of love. Similarly, in Kali Yuga, people are struggling, frustrated, in depression, tension, and completely subjugated by the material nature. So the Lord, for the Patita of this world, feels great compassion. Patita Pavan Hetu Namaha. He says, usually a patient goes to a doctor. But when the patient is very sick, the doctor comes to his place. Similarly, in Kali Yuga, people are so lazy and they do not want to bring auspiciousness in their lives by going and taking darshan of the Lord at the temple. So the Lord personally, the Mula Vigraha, comes on the roads in this pastime of the Jagannath Rath Yatra to give audience to people in general in the most compassionate way. The Lord is feeling so emotional for the devotees, for the conditioned souls who are not coming to Him. So He is going out to give His mercy. We have this experience in Calcutta, Rath Yatra, where we are graced by Jaipataka Maharaj, Svaroop Maharaj, Purushottam Maharaj, and all the devotees every year. It's been a record that His Holiness Jaipataka Maharaj has been there for every Rath Yatra in Calcutta. Prabhupada had personally entrusted him to make this a very, very big Rath Yatra in ISKCON. Even the time when Maharaj got stroke, but he was there for the Rath Yatra 2009. So he never missed even one Rath Yatra for the last 49 years. He was there. It's so special. So we would see when Jagannath would come on the streets along with his brother, elder brother, Baladev, sister, Subhadra, Sudarshan, Prabhupada, and all the devotees, lakhs and lakhs of people would throng on the street to take darshan of Jagannath, pull their rope. So much of mercy Jagannath would offer the people in general. So that's just karuna, compassion. It is said when Jagannath actually appears, when they bring him in Pahundi, he's shaking and dancing. So he says when Jagannath is looking in the sky, he's blessing the worlds above, Satyaloka, Maharloka, Tapaloka, Swargaloka, all of them are being blessed. And when he looks down, he's blessing all the worlds below. So whoever is witnessing the form of the Lord on the chariot are being profusely blessed. It is said in the Shastras, Rathe Chavaman Drishva Punarjanmana Vidyate. And many times people ask this question, that how can it be that you take darshan of the Lord on the chariot once and you may have so much sinful record or lifetimes of sinful record? How can a person get liberation? Punarjanmana Vidyate. How is it possible? It is very possible. Because when you take darshan of Jagannath, Jagannath is taking your darshan. His compassionate glance is falling on you. His kripa kataksha is falling on you. Now it is for him to make plans and arrangements through his devotees to somehow or other, he has already captured your heart. He is going to find ways and means to get you into devotional service and make your life auspicious. It will happen. The words of the Lord are not untrue. Jagannath is going to make this possible. So Rath Yatra is a time when Jagannath is on the preaching field. He is on the preaching field and all of us are assisting in making various arrangements. And so Lord Jagannath gets on the street to give mercy. It's said in Kali Yuga, the mercy for the conditioned, lazy, misguided, confused people comes in the form of Mahaprabhu's holy name. Mahaprabhu is bringing the Kirtan movement and he's giving the holy name. Harer Nama, Harer Nama Eva Kevala, Kalau Nasteva Nasteva, Na Asti Eva Gatiranyatha. He is giving the holy name. So people receive the holy name because they can't do jnana, they can't do various other activities. But chanting the holy name you can do. You may not be educated, you may not have any And the second mercy that comes is Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna Sutavam Upagate Dharma Jnana Adhisha Kalau Nasta Drisham Esha Purana Arko Pramodita. The Arka, Purana Arka, the son of Bhagavatam has arrived for bringing, dispelling the ignorance and illusion of this world, establishing Jnana, Dharma, Bhakti, all the aspects. So if there is chanting of the holy name and discussion of Srimad Bhagavatam in association, all auspiciousness will come. Srila Prabhupada was in America, and the Ministry for Law and Order, they approached Srila Prabhupada and said, Swamiji, the crime rate in America is increasing very high. The young people, everyone is engaging in more and more crime, and the prisons are becoming overflooded. I'm told in America they have like 20 or 30 times of the number of jails, while the population of America may be hardly a percentage of Indian population. Right, so much of crime rate. So Prabhupada was asked the question, so Swamiji, aapke paas koi upay hai? Do you have any solution? Prabhupada said, yes. Give us some dhana rashi. We will change the rashi of all the people, the jails. He said, we will do Harinam Sankirtan, and we will discuss Bhagavatam, and finally, the third installment of mercy we will give, that is Jagannath Prasad. And by this, we will clean the hearts of people and thus bring revolution in their life. Tadvag Visargo Janataga Patlavo. There is a revolution in the impious lives of people generally by the holy name, by Bhagavatam. So people may be lazy not to take the holy name, not to come for our presentations of Bhagavatam. But Jagannath's mercy of Prasad, who can resist the temptation of Prasad? A person can say, I cannot chant, but he will never say, I cannot eat the sweet Prasadam or the chili Prasadam, the various Prasadam. So Prabhupada, in one sense, conquered the whole world by Harinam and Prasadam distribution. He would call the hippies, then personally cook for all of them delicacies of Indian items. By the holy name and Prasadam, he conquered the hearts of people all over the world. Even now, our movement is spreading because of these two experiential mercy of Mahaprabhu and Jagannath, which is personally relevant. So, Jagannath's Mahaprasadam, anyone, and now Jagannath has traveled all over the world. So now Jagannath is having Chinese, Mexican, Vietnamese, or Italian, all the items he has. So, you have prasadam in all the kind of formats available for you in that way. So Jagannath is offering his mercy and helping all the conditioned souls make their life auspicious. Chaitanya Charitamrita is filled with prasadam. Jagannath's pastimes are filled with prasadam. So in this way, his karuna, it is said, when you see someone in a very sorry situation, you feel very sad and you may cry some tears. So if you cry some tears, there is a lali or a little reddish color that will come on the edge of your eye, right? But what do you see in Jagannath? Jagannath does not have eyelids. There is animation. And around his eyes, you will see complete reddish color to a great extent. That is called his lali, because he's crying tears of compassion for fallen conditioned souls. He is always in that avesh of karuna, and the eyes are fully in addition color, because he is always feeling for the suffering of the conditioned souls. Okay. It is said Jagannath doesn't have eyelids, so 24 hours he's actually meditating on his devotees and trying to bring auspiciousness for them. That is the merciful nature of Lord Jagannath. And Srila Prabhupada has a very, very close connection with him. Right when he was in India, Prabhupada, when he was a young man, he would always find out the timetable of when is the next train going to Puri, because he wanted to go to Puri. And he went to Jagannath Puri. In his childhood, Prabhupada wanted a Rath Yatra. His father arranged for a small cart and they did Rath Yatra for 7 days, and the whole children kind of got together and celebration was done. Right? And similarly, Srila Prabhupada, the Western world, brought the message and made it available. Actually, uh, Prabhupada fulfilled the title of Jagannath from Odiyanath to Jagannath by taking him every place, every area of the world. So personally, we can observe two aspects of Lord Jagannath's mercy in our lives. First is Jagannath is Chakadola. His eyes are so big. And Vishnu Sahasranama says, Animesha, Nimesha. And the Lord has said as Animesha, one whose eyelids never blink, and Nimesha, or like his eyelids always blink. It is said Lord Jagannath, he is always observing the devotees and giving his mercy and protection. He's always observing how are my devotees doing Krishna consciousness and reciprocating with them whenever we're doing devotions. But when we do some activities which may not be favorable, unfavorable, then immediately he closes his eyes. Why? Because he does not want to see the fault of his devotee. Because if he sees fault, then his love may have little, breaks. So whenever a devotee does a colorful thing, the Lord closes his eyes. And when he does wonderful thing, he keeps his eyes open to see his devotee blessed. So the Lord wants to profusely have a loving relationship with his devotees and bless them. Right? So we can always be very confident of Lord Jagannath, always watching the devotees and wanting to give his mercy. We can always take his shelter, pray to him. And he's very, very active in reciprocating with his devotees. And secondly, it is Jagannath's eagerness to bring more and more people to have this mercy. Right? So we can play a role of assisting Lord Jagannath in his mission of karma. Right? Corona has widespread, and the hope for the world is Karuna being widespread to the holy name and to the prasadam. They want to infiltrate and infect the whole world with Krishna Bhakti, Krishna Kripa. By that mercy and compassion, we can ably assist. Prabhupada would say that we are Krishna's men, and our job is to canvass for our lords. We are canvassing for Jagannath. So just like in a political propaganda, if a person canvasses for a political person, he is maintained completely and taken care by the person for whom he is propaganda. So similarly, as devotees, if we are trying to canvass Krishna and make him available to everyone, he said the Supreme Lord will personally take care of each and every aspect. He will do it otherwise, but for those who are preaching, he would specially give his audience and his protection. So we do not have anything to fear. We can boldly actually go out and spread the mercy of Lord Jagannath and assist our Lord in his anxiety of showing compassion. So it's a very special time that's going on with Lord Jagannath's mercy, and we can assist Lord Jagannath by helping people receive the mercy of Jagannath. And that will really be a befitting service in all our people. And I know devotees in all these places in the Middle East, they're doing so much of wonderful preaching, wonderful teaching, the young generation, the elderly generation. And sure enough, Lord Jagannath's immense mercy and compassion is there upon all the devotees to help us in our devotional service. I think it's 1:03. I was told to speak till 1 o'clock. We have extended by 2 minutes. So I'd like to thank everyone for giving your audience and being able to hear Krishna Katha. Thank you for accepting this service and sincere prayers of Lord Jagannath, Calcutta, upon all of you. That me and Jagannath bless all of you and may your spiritual life blossom and be very, very good. Shri Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Maiya, Ke, Jai.
Jai.
Jai. Samavet, Gaur,
Jai.
Bhakta, Ki, Jai. Jai Nitai, Gaur.
Jai.
Jai.
Hari Hari Bol.
Thank you
Hare
very
Krishna
much.
Broji, thank you very much for such a wonderful explanation on Jagannath Katha. Anybody is having any questions we can ask now?
Yeah.
Any devotees have any questions, please come forward and ask.
Hare
You
Krishna.
can unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna, Prem Svaroop, Prabhuji, Dandot Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. Are you well? Can I see you?
No, Prabhuji. Presently, my device don't have camera
Okay.
outside. I'm in a place where. So,
What's
Prabhuji,
your name, Prabhu?
Sudarshan Vastav Das.
Okay, Sudarshan Vasudev. Yes, please ask.
Prabhuji, two things I want, two small questions. And what was Brahma's prayers
What was Brahma's prayers?
to Lord? Because after every kalpa, he had to recreate the creation. So he was praying to the Supreme Lord. Now, what was those prayers? That
Or in what way he invoked the Lord or what he prayed for the Lord?
no, not what he prayed. Why he was?
Oh, that I was explaining, right? Brahmaji
Yes,
is
this,
every.
my audio was not clear at that time. That's why.
Okay. So what I was saying is Brahmaji, at the end of the Kalpa, that is the end of his day, there's Pralaya,
Yeah.
right?
Right, Prabhu.
So next day in the morning, he again makes creation of 14 worlds and populating. Brahmalok
Yes,
is only left at that Pralaya. So Brahmaji felt that why am I making this creation? Because this creation only increases the suffering of people and entanglement of people.
Okay, Prabhu.
I'm making a creation which is only increasing the suffering. So, you don't want to do something that will make people more unhappy, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
So he being a compassionate soul said that, so he worshipped Lord at that time that, my dear Lord, you should find some remedy so that auspiciousness comes for the people in general. So at
Okay,
that
understood,
time, by his prayers, Lord Jagannath would appear so that by taking his darshan, by taking his prasadam, their lives will be filled with mercy of Lord Jagannath.
Okay, understood.
And they will not
Thank
be
you.
experiencing the material world's tabernacle situation.
Yes, Prabhu. Understood, Prabhu. And second question, who inaugurated the temples after Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Sudarshan appeared?
Oh, that is a whole big pastime, but Indradyumna Maharaj personally was there to inaugurate it. And he had invited Brahmaji to come. So Brahmaji actually comes from Brahmaloka and he does the Abhishekam and is involved in the inauguration. So in that way, Lord Jagannath actually, accepted the service of Indradyumna and never forgot that Brahmaji was the original person who actually invoked my, coming. So Brahmaji also was there when Jagannath appeared in the Daru Brahman form.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Any other questions, please ask. You can unmute yourself. Okay, I think everybody's are perfect.
Great.